Several lakes across the country offer up a variety of forage species sought out by smallmouth bass. Undoubtedly an opportunistic predator, smallies have been known to pursue a meal throughout all levels of the water column. Crayfish and gobies on the bottom, shiners and perch at mid-depths. However, during the emergence of the annual Mayfly hatch, it's all about the bugs.
Beautiful day in Indian River, Michigan. Man, look at them flies everywhere. Hexagena lambata. There's one. Not a bad one at all. Oh, look at right in the midst of all the flies. Look at that. Oh yes, very nice. Come over by that. There we go. Not a bad fish at all. Get him out of the net. Ah. Very nice. Nice chunky Mullett Lake smallmouth. When they get off the bed and the flies start hatching, that whole transition of them moving, they move around these little humps and areas where there's scattered grass, some sand grass with maybe a little bit of cabbage here and there or milfoil. But they like eating them flies. You come up for it. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Upon our arrival the prior afternoon, there was no sign of bugs, but overnight, the annual emergence occurred, and in a big way. The phenomenon of the hex hatch rapidly alters the feeding habits of a variety of fish. The emerging adults are buoyant and float on the surface, virtually littering the water with abundant food for surface feeders. Simply present your cast to the recognizable dimples created by the rising fish and let the mayfly madness commence. I mean, look at all those flies. Is that unreal? See another one there. Look at his back up there. I'm coming into him here. It's this kind of scenario that you can catch some big fish at this time of year. Come on, eat it. He's got her. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Eating those flies. Showing yourself. He's got one eye. He's got one eye. Look at that, huh? That's a nice fish. Yeah. That is so much fun, huh? To visually see them slurping at the surface. One eye. Nice, healthy Mullett Lake. Smallmouth. Fun stuff. They just come up, you see their backs come up, they're just slurping. That's so cool. Neat time of year, but it's a specialized time of year, and the caffeine shad's a good bait to throw. KVD splash, a little popper, another good bait. But I like that caffeine shad.
There's more of that action coming right up. Stay with us. Welcome back to Indian River, Michigan. If you've just joined us, Kim is casting a 4-inch caffeine shad to smallmouth bass as they break the surface while feeding on mayflies.
if you get it to them before they see you, they're gonna bite. So I'm just looking at the surface, keeping my eye open. If I see one feed, I get close enough to cast to it. And what I do is I cast to the spot. And those fish during the hatch are looking up. Their focus is up because of that hatch. They're looking for the flies on the surface. So they're looking up, they see that caffeine shad hit the surface and then slowly fall and twitch. And man, they want it. Ooh, look at that big one, look at that big one. That was a big one. Come on. Eat it. Eat it. Fish. Yeah. It's a big one too. It's a good one. It's a good one. Look at that beauty. Oh, love it. You just tear it up there. Just keep that hook in you, baby. Oh, yes. Look at how pretty that is. Oh, yes. That's better. Oh, man. What a beautiful smallmouth. Beauty, beauty, beauty. A little caffeine shed. Look at that. That's what we come up to Indian River for. Nice, big football type smallmouth. Eating on those mayflies. You know it. All right. Thank you, fish. Getting excited, starting to shake a little bit. With all the smallmouth that I've caught over the years, I still shake. I still get excited. It is such a riot. And up here at Burton Mullett, I just know that the next cast could be one of them just giant hogs. As the sun rose and the clouds began to clear, I peeled off my sweatshirt, and because of the calm conditions, was able to spot one of the few males still attending to his nest. It didn't take long to figure why he hadn't been pulled. He was very hesitant. However, I accepted the challenge, and after several casts to the bed with my caffeine shad, look at he's got it that time. Yes, sir. Nice fish. You made me work for you. Yeah. That's a nice solid chunk of fish. You made me work for you. Yeah, there's a few fish left on the bed. Let me get them back in there. There's a few fish left on the bed. Very few, and that one was sitting next to a rock. But it's that post-spawn time is when this mayfly hatch usually happens. Although virtually impossible to precisely calculate the onset, my experience tells me that when the water temperature reaches the mid-60s and you have some pleasantly calm, humid nights is when the emergence is likely to peak. And when it does, load up with caffeine shads and hit the lake. And that's another thing, is it's very important that this bait falls properly, has the proper speed, and also important that it jerks and attracts the fish. I'm using this weightless with just a 3/0 wide gap hook. That's the only weight that I'm using. So the more weight you add, so if you added a belly hook or whatever to this, it just doesn't have that action or the nice gentle fall that they're looking for at this time. Also, to get it to fall properly, it's very, very important to use fluorocarbon line. This is Tatsu 20 pound, and it sinks well. If you used monofilament doesn't sink very well. It sinks very slowly. And if you look at them side by side, you can see.
Put on your mask and fins. An informative dive segment is on deck. Okay, everyone into the pool.
I'm going to travel down the weed edge and see if I see some of our critters. This is the perch I was talking about. Those school of perch around that milfoil. Smallmouth like those perch. Look at the school of the year perch. Look who just popped out. Popped out of the weeds. They popped smallmouth. Very nice. Tells a story. Also have walleye down this edge. Looks like all the fish are coming here to feed. Look at there's a whole school of walleyes. Another smallmouth too. But yeah, the fish are all up and down this.
As I proceed along this productive area, it wasn't surprising at all that I encountered a variety of preferred food items for smallmouth bass throughout the entire water column. Crayfish and round gobies along the bottom, schools of yellow perch at mid-depth, and of course, the floating mayflies on the surface.
But I think they're focusing on those mayflies this week. There's a smallmouth. Oh, look at here. Look at all the fry. Some of these fish are still protected from fry, I think. This guy is. Because he's chasing other fish off. Still in that protection mode. A big old smallmouth looking at me right now. You want to think biggin. Actor, he's swimming a little bit, but he's a biggin. It is here. We're fishing the right spot. It's pretty cool how it all pans together, isn't it? When you get on a pattern, and basically the fish will tell you what they're doing. You just gotta pay attention.
It was interesting to see underwater how the smallmouth related to the patches of milfoil. They don't get down into the milfoil. They don't get in that thick stuff. But they rest like on top of it, just within it. I'd come up to it and you'd see them all of a sudden appear and swim away. Pretty cool. Ooh, gosh, that's a big one. Gosh, it's a big one right there. They're feeding here, they're feeding. Feeding on the mayflies. Here we go. Oh man, look at this. Nope, this never gets old. Look at that, look. Man, he ate it, he really ate it. A little deep, it looks like. Very nice. Oh, those are chunks. Those are chunks. And look at how he ate that thing. I mean, it's way down there. I'm probably gonna have to cut the hook.
As Kim cuts the hook, we'll cut for a commercial. Stay with us.
Little ripple on the water's nice. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. There he is, it's a good one. Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one. Oh, man. Yeah. Come, oh, get in my net. There you go. That's a nice thing with an ultra float. Not only does it make your net float, but when you're one-handing, you can set it there and you're not gouging your boat. There's another good solid chunk of smallmouth. Indian River. Yes, sir. Good solid fish. That's fun. He come up, he looked at it, he stopped and he looked at it. And couldn't stand that caffeine shad, could you? Alrighty. That's another one of the neat things about this presentation is the visual contact. I mean, often you jerk just through the surface and you just see them things come up. Oh yeah! That's smallmouth fishing for you. Yes. Oh, get my net. That is fun, fun, fun. Well, hello, darling. That's a stud. Good solid 3-pounder. Oh gosh. Had you hooked good too, didn't I? Huh? I just love Indian River. Indian River, baby.